A hospital? Well, I guess everyone has to face their demons sooner or later. Maybe this place can help you with that.
No problem. No problem.
I don't know what she's talking about, but she has her head in a bag. That's kind of a red flag, isn't it?
Please, follow me. See anything you like?
Kind of disturbing. But I do like her shoes.
Right in here. Let's check your weight first, shall we? Once you are ready to begin accepting our mercy, please step up onto the scale.
Are you sure you want to stand on it?
What? Is something wrong? My apologies. Must be a malfunction. Don't worry. I'll put in a work order to get that fixed.
I don't know. Something seems a bit off about that scale.
Okay, next up, we need to do a little lab work. I just need to take a small blood sample. You're not afraid of needles, are you? Okay, great. Stay right there and don't move. Wait until the timer reaches 0. I'll be right outside the door.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't think you want to still be in this room when the timer reaches 0.
Didn't I
Find a
say
way
not
out
to
of
move?
here.
So, you are afraid of needles. Noted. Let me remind you that we do not have time to play games with our patients. Please take this more seriously if you wish to be saved.
I think she might be trying to kill you. Big surprise. Be on guard.
How about a chest x-ray? You afraid of those as well? Let's try this again. Wait right there, and this time don't move. It's your last chance. Same deal. Wait until the counter reaches 0. I'll be right outside. Where are you going? Come back here. I still have more tests to run. Sir, this is unacceptable. We will not accept unruly patients. What a shame. It seems you've been infected by that woman after all. You do not desire salvation. You're just another vile man after all. Chaotic and infectious, like a virus. Very well. We know how to deal with viruses. If eradication is your true desire, we shall grant it. It might be comforting to tell you that your death will be quick and painless, but that will be a lie. After all, we can get a bit carried away while performing our duties. However, I can promise you one thing. You'll never see it coming.
They can cloak? That's going to be troublesome. So Malak's minions are not very fond of me. Shocking, I know.
Ladies, the hospital is now on complete lockdown. It seems we have an unruly patient on the loose that must be dealt with. Lethal mercy is authorized.
They might be invisible to the eye, but they can't hide the sounds they make. They could be anywhere. Stay alert.
You do not desire salvation. Doing my job.
looks like bacon frying. Oh, wait. Is that you? Oh, you careless oaf. In case you didn't notice, they're trying to kill you again. That was close. You need to find a way to get past her. Use your brain. You need to find a way to get past her. Use your brain.
Are you kidding me? He escaped! This is unacceptable. We will not accept unruly
Some
patients.
pretty twisted therapy in this place. Be careful that you don't actually become. First handicap-accessible nightmare I've ever encountered. Why don't you ask the monster? Maybe it's seen some. Can't find any soap. Listen to the screaming. to really enjoy pain, don't you? No time to rest. Get to the ring key. You got it. Now get out of this twisted hospital. Malak's not around. Maybe he's tomorrow. Do that again. This is their idea of mercy. Take this! Ugh. Take your medicine! I'll crush you into dust! I'll crush you! Take this! That's it. Do that again. You'll pay for that! After him!
Eat this! I'll crush you! Eat this! I'll crush you into dust!
Do that again.
Angry! Reaper, stop it! I'll crush you! Die! Take your medicine! Take this! Take this!
That's it. You do that again.
Dare hit a woman? After him! I'll crush you into dust! Die! Eat this! I'll crush you! Take your medicine!